welcome to my garage, my shop. We want to keep going here on this van build thing. We're getting really close, really close. I want to apologize. It seems like, if it seems to you anyway, it seems to me it has been, it's a little bit choppy. I've got a lot of things going on at the same time. I'm doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that. Seems like we're waiting for paint to dry here, and we're trying to build that. So I'm jumping around, so please bear with me. I want to try to start where I left off last. We're getting, like I said, really, really close at this point right now, and you'll see that, we're going to have our water, we've got our refrigerator, freezer, we've got our electricity. I mean, we're ready to go. We're just got to tweak up a lot of things, make it a little bit prettier, just add all those little minor touches to it. We got 2 more doors to put on a cabinet. We got our cabinets in. I think that'll be the end of all the cabinets. And so it looks pretty good right now. So let me just start and take this where we left off on the last video and see if I can kind of put it together and, show you where we ended up. So here we go. Okay, we have a mail call here, and it's obvious it's not something. Basically, I think I showed you this before, but this is the cabinet that we're making across from the sink. And this is the same wood that I'll be using on the cabinets on the side. It's a cedar, and this is my sliding door. We don't have a window here. I didn't want a window there, but this is where my sink is. So in the slider, this is hidden actually when I have it open, but we're going to put this on the cabinets across from that. Let me show you. This so far is my setup for my cooler. I've got the Dometic CC40. It's plugged in right now, and the compressor's not on because it reached its temperature, but oops, let me get that paper out of there. It's got an LED light in it, so it lights up at night, and it's got a lot of capacity, as much as we need. Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit so I can get the compressor on. You can hear how that is. So let's set this down to, say, 30 degrees. So the power's on. Okay, while that's going on, this here is the cabinet. I've got it hooked to DC power. There's a drawer, but first of all, before I show you the drawer, this is where Nancy will keep her little, she calls it her, and if you can see back there is where I installed a DC outlet plug, and I put a little bar across it here so when this is pushed back it don't hit it. So that's there, and it's out of sight. She can push her Penelope back in there, and 1 second, I'll show you the door. Okay, here's the compressor came on. Let's listen to this. Extremely quiet, extremely quiet. I also have a DC outlet, and that will be hooked up when I get my inverter. I'm going to get a 2000 watt inverter, and I'll put along the wall back here where the other cabinet is, I'm going to put an AC outlet there. So I'll be able to use AC or DC on this, and you can see I'm also down here going to run another DC outlet up here with double USB connectors, and those light up a real nice blue, so it looks good at night. Let me show you the rest of this. Right, this is the drawer. It was working a little there, and then we push it in, and so it won't slide open when we're driving. I like it. Works. All right. Bam. Just like that, we got our floors in. It wasn't easy. As usual, we do everything backwards. So we had to take the water tank out, that cabinet over there out, those cabinets over there out, and we laid the flooring down. Now this flooring, actually, we have piles of it. This was a neighbor had thrown it out. And there's a couple, you can see that little white line there and a little one right there. You know, it's a van. Everything doesn't fit perfectly, but it lays nice and flat. We're real happy with it. And, you know, it took some time. At first it was frustrating, but then we got it in. So let me walk around and show you from the other side. Up forward here, we actually used the cardboard template that we had from putting the floors in. Or not the floors, but yeah, the subfloor in. So we have it all in. There's a little spot over there, but that's going to be in the garage area. And so we're happy with it. Turned out real nice. These are real nice laminate floors. We've got a lot of it left over just in case it scratches up and we need to remove and replace a piece. So there's our flooring. This is still working on the second cabinet here. This is the one that will go right next to our refrigerator, freezer, you know, cooler, Dometic thing. And of course we got a matching countertop that we did over where the sink is. And we also put a drawer in this one. So getting ready to put the doors on it. We're just painting them up, and we got some really good soft close hinges for them. And we also have doors for the underneath the sink cabinet also. So this should be done here soon. Just waiting on paint to dry. This isn't attached yet, but these are the doors we're going to be using on both cabinets. These are solid maple doors, and the reason we have these is years back when we customized our kitchen and redid our whole kitchen, we had ordered all these custom-made cabinet doors for our kitchen. Well, when they came, there were a few of them that weren't right. So what they did is they ended up sending us a ton more for free replacements. So we had all these extra doors up in our attic, and we decided to make use of them. So the doors have, on both sides, they're already drilled out for the use of soft close hinges. So this one seems to fit perfect. So let's get it on and get this cabinet installed in the van. Okay, this is the countertop, and this is going to be the backsplash behind it. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to measure up these. I've got a double USB here that lights up, and I've got another 12 volt, you know, like cigarette lighter thing there. That's going to be on the back of that backsplash. So I've got to take a Sawzall, and I got to drill through those two holes. So I'm going to mark these in the middle where they are, come through with the Sawzall, then come up through that in that little frame down here, and then attach my wiring behind it. So what it'll be is on the right hand side of my backsplash there will be an additional outlets. See how this works out. All right, so I marked the two circles. And that's where I'll be drilling the Sawzall through those. So hopefully this whole thing will work out for me. All right, so we glued that backsplash on there, well, with liquid nails. You can see on the back, it may hold, but what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna probably from there to there and there to there, I'm just gonna put these little tiny metal plates behind it just so it does, you know, out of nowhere fall over on us. But I think this will hold it pretty well. And with those little metal plates on it, it'll definitely hold. So we're gonna let this dry probably for a day, and lay it up on the cabinet. Hey, so what I'm gonna do now is I jumped in the van and I filled my water tank up about 3/4 of the way to almost full. It's probably about 12 gallons of water in there. I'm just going to ride around, hit some bumpy roads, make some hard turns, and make sure that everything is secure there and nothing leaks when I'm on the road. So this is the first test I'm really going to do of that. I've got it really, in my opinion, it's in there pretty solid. All the connections seem to be really tight and all, but I guess that's what, you know, I'll test it out and find out. So let me get out of here and ride around and see what happens. All right, so far so good. I didn't see any leaks. I just stopped, got some gas, put some gas in the van, and checked all the fittings, and it seems like it's pretty secure. Right, so it looks like there's no leaks anywhere around here. Like I said, it's about 3/4 of the way filled up, and there are no leaks down around my pump, and no leaks so far under the faucet. And I really drove around pretty hard, and you got to figure that's about 100 pounds of weight right there. So that looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and run the faucet into the gray water, and then direct it completely straight out into the hose. Make sure that works okay without any leaks. Before I do that, I want to show you, we put a bottom here, so underneath here anything would flow out. So what I'd like to do is get a little, like a, I don't know, something that fit in there, a little tub to sit that bucket in, just as an emergency. If anything leaks, it would drip into the retaining thing there and wouldn't leak out over our floors. So I'm looking for that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn this valve, let's see here, on. So now the valve is open to the hose outside. So let's run the water. Sprayer. The sound of my pump, fairly quiet. So I mean, when you turn it off, it'll stay like that. Again. There we go. All right. I can see it coming out my hose right now, running directly out, and I'll check for leaks of that afterwards. The system is working. I do not see any leaks at all. I see a little drop, like right. Just one little tiny drop there. Now, I can live with that. That's why I'm saying if I got a little pan for underneath that, that'd be perfect. Well, I think we're making some progress here. Slowly but surely, but anyway, we worked hard today on this. I think it's time for a small break. So let's throw a few treats here in our refrigerator in the van, and let's take a ride to downtown Stuart, my little hometown here for the past 30 years. And we'll check out some of the places down there and give you an idea where I live. So then we'll come back, and I think we'll stop and get a pizza on the way home, and we'll get right back to this tomorrow. So let's take a ride. All right, Nance, let's get on the boat. What do you think?
Do you think the chef has dinner ready for us?
I hope so.
All right.
Down here in downtown Stuart. So let me wrap this up for this portion of it. Let's go ahead and let you know what we've done here. We got the flooring in this week, and we got this cabinet in. We're going to put a little curtain across that. We got a drawer in there. We got our DC outlet behind that to plug our Dometic refrigerator in. I've got a cabinet here with our new countertop. We've got a backsplash on there with a double USB outlet, and I've got a second DC outlet there. I'm not sure what I'll use that for, but you never know. Could be some DC appliances like a blender or something. I will eventually, next to this, probably over here, have when I get my inverter in, that'll be an AC outlet. I've got our drawer in here. I got a drawer down there. We've got a cabinet. I've got 2 shelves in there. I'll got to work on those. I might stain them or paint them. And like these are soft close. Still have to put the 2 doors here. We're waiting for doing a couple coats of paint on that, and got to put those hinges on. We're waiting. Got to get 2 more sets of hinges, and that's it. Our sink's going good. Our gray water's going good. We got a drain. Got my swivel seat back here. Going to swivel around. Like I said, the flooring's in. I was real happy with the flooring. This is all the garage area. This is all going to be covered with the bed, and then we'll have a curtain across there. We're also going to do some screening to roll down in the back, and some screening to roll down here for future during the summer when it could get buggy. But other than that, we're good to go for this weekend, and we're going to do some touch-up next week. So anyway, guys, I hope to be taking a trip in a couple weeks. I'll probably be doing it by myself on a solo trip. I think I'm going to head north someplace and get a few days of backpacking in some cold weather. I know Nancy and I have a van trip planned in the first week of March. So I got to do at least 1 or 2 things in February. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.